For Classic Plus to live, WoW must die. Anniversary around the time.
I first played WoW 18 years ago.
Okay.
I've played all expansions since release, but as the game evolved, it became something I no longer recognized.
Yeah.
Until in 2019, when Blizzard made a decision no one ever thought they would. They re-released the original game. Vanilla is and will always be my favorite iteration of the game.
True. Same.
No flying mounts, less endgame focused, more open world. For me, Vanilla felt about as close to perfect as an MMO can be.
Wait, Vanilla WoW, Vanilla BDO. Lost Ark also has Guild Wars 2, the GOATs, okay.
And let me tell you, when it came back, it wasn't just me who felt that way.
True.
Classic success might have been a surprise for Blizzard, but for us, it was inevitable. Though during that time, I couldn't help but thinking, is there a future for Classic? And what exactly would that look like?
What is going to happen after Classic WoW?
The idea of Classic Plus had been brewing online for years, and in 2023, I made a video about it.
Yo, this video was great, man. Holy fuck.
Damn,
I agree with that streamer right there that talked. Dude, it's insane. I don't think we'll ever have any MMO hype as close to 2019 Vanilla WoW release or Classic WoW release. That shit was like insane. It was like freaking ridiculous. 2019. Freaking insane. I think the closest we've gotten since then was maybe like this iteration of OnlyFans, but even the OnlyFans was not even close to that.
Hype me up for Classic Plus even more now.
This is a really good video, man.
The video was received pretty well, but not by everyone. Imagine
delusional.
having faith in Blizzard. Delusional Classic players. Sounds lame. Very constructive, dude. Thanks a lot. For some, it was impossible to believe. But at BlizzCon 2023, it became a little bit less impossible. Season of Discovery promised the beginning of a new era for Classic. A Classic Plus beta, a testing ground for what Classic Plus could become. But what happens when you change something that's already so close to perfect? Is there a chance the game could be ruined in the process? What does this mean for the future of Classic?
Okay.
This is the Classic Plus dilemma.
Really good editing, dude. Honestly, amazing. I'm interested to see his take on this, obviously, because it's a conversation we've had a lot on this channel. Yeah, it's really good. Taku makes amazing videos. Okay, let's see. I like the setup, actually.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. There really is something different about Classic.
True.
There are very few games that have stood the test of time for this long, and everyone has their own opinion on why that is.
Yeah.
This is one of the main counter-arguments against Classic Plus.
Yo, what's up, Taku? Oh, he's in the chat, guys. This is the guy that made the video, by the way, we're watching right now. He says, watch in 4K. Okay, I'm gonna boot it up, dude. Booting up to 4K. Let's go.
Alterations to a game so beloved by millions.
How's the chat for Taku, guys?
Alienate half the community in the process. Some people want new dungeons and raids. Some people want to explore unfinished zones and quests. And some people want the game to evolve into TBC Plus.
I don't like that, personally. I don't think it should go to TBC. I feel like, no. I think take the classic world, stay in Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor, and build on that. I really actually love what they've done lately with SOD. Like the Kerosene Crypts, Scarlet Enclave, custom quest chains. They went way too extreme with the freaking spells and shit. But the direction that they're testing out now is something that could work well for Classic Plus. Let's see what Taku says about it, though.
So who does Blizzard listen to? Do they listen to their core Classic audience, or do they risk fundamentally changing the game in hopes of bringing in a new, potentially bigger crowd?
Yeah. TBC doesn't have all the issues Classic had, says Witch Dodo. Yeah, but it also doesn't have a lot of the soul that Classic had. I think a lot of those issues you talk about is also for a lot of people what makes the Classic what it is, right? Whether you like that or not, it's up to you to decide. I do think TBC brought in a lot of great things and great changes, but it also changed a lot of the fundamentals about the game.
The truth is, I don't even think Blizzard knows yet.
Yeah,
This seems to be the core design philosophy behind Season of Discovery. Throw enough shit at the wall, and surely something will stick. That's right.
Yeah, I guess.
Or is there a possibility that it could divide the community more than ever?
I don't know if it can be divided
Have you
more.
ever wondered what it might be like to be a tanking warlock? Or take on the role of a mage healer?
We are leaving the door open to
Azura.
the possibility of completely new experiences.
This was
and
really
the
hype,
prospects
though.
of exploring previously unfinished or unused locales
That's
for
Classic
future
Plus!
raid and dungeon content.
Oh my god, that's Classic Plus!
I know.
Okay.
Or is it?
It's
You
not
see,
really.
when you push
yeah.
the game this far, you're going to attract a different sort of crowd.
I love Nightmare Incursions.
The kind of crowd
God.
who enjoys how different it feels.
Imagine typing that. I love Nightmare Incursions. The fuck?
Who likes the homogenization of classes,
Yep.
the hyper-focus on endgame, and the abundance of quality of life.
A lot of people are enjoying Season of Discovery. Even retail Andes who have never played Classic WoW before.
Now, all of a sudden,
Because it's not really
the
classic WoW.
community is split perfectly down the middle.
Yep.
Suddenly, we have new voices contributing to the Classic Plus discussion, and a seasonal server purely dedicated to finding out what the community wants
Yep.
for Classic Plus makes that question all the more difficult to answer.
I think what they I do think before I say my next piece, I do think Classic I almost said Classic Plus. I do think SOD as a whole is actually quite successful. They got to test a lot the waters with a lot of different things, and they got to get a lot of information on what players want. The problem with SOD, I think, for me generally, is that they tried to please too big of an audience. They tried to get the classic crowd in, which is a very hardcore RPG, slow grind, very, very different style of game. But they also wanted the retail crowd that enjoys the end game and more like, you know, more different spells and a lot more diversity in that regard. And they try to do both. And I don't think you can do both and get an amazing Classic Plus. You have to go down the crossroads of, like, you know, which kind of player base are we going for? Because you really can't do both. And if you do both, you're going to have a weird in-between game that feels a little bit strange, right? It's up to you as an individual what you like, obviously, but yeah. Should have just left the retail Andes to their store mounts and transmogs? I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that. I feel like it's important that you just need to go down a road of what game you want to make instead of trying to make it for everybody, because the game won't be for everybody.
This is exactly the reason why I stopped playing SOD.
This is one of the most fun times that you could ever have playing World of Warcraft Classic.
This is why you don't do band-aid fixes, man. Like, oh my gosh.
The season discovery shit is actually hype.
Does the team even PvP?
How would I approach Classic Plus if I was in charge?
We're more divided as a WoW community than I've ever seen.
Minimal changes. Otherwise, you have SOD.
Kugan does not like SOD. At all.
Despite this season's polarizing nature, it's also been a huge first step in the realization of Classic Plus. And as we've seen the Classic team grow and grow since its inception, it's clear that it's a concept that Blizzard have started to take seriously.
Yep, very much.
But no matter what the Classic team does, they're going to upset someone. They've been given the impossible task of taking the most renowned and respected MMO of all time and making it better.
Quote unquote.
And while it might seem simple, I think you'll be surprised at how many circles of players out there are pining for different things. The weight of that responsibility alone is immense.
It is.
So how do the developers decide where to focus their limited resources? Well, there is a solution to this, and I'll get to that later.
Okay.
But for now, we need to talk about what is, in my opinion, the most fundamentally important factor in guaranteeing the longevity of Classic Plus.
Let's see. Everything is so good, Taco, by the way.
Historically,
Amazing job.
WoW has always developed and distributed content in cycles, be it from fresh servers where everyone starts from level 1, or expansions that more or less trivialize all the content before it.
This is a major problem with vertical design. It invalidates old content extremely quickly.
This is Blizzard's biggest issue when it comes to Classic Plus. If WoW sticks to its predominantly vertical design, we risk falling into the same trap, with an ever-expanding power level that will eventually invalidate the older content in the same way as other MMOs do.
It's a bit of just the classic MMO problem, you know?
Content doesn't become more of the game, it sometimes becomes the only part of the game worth doing.
Fresh servers are also bustling with activity in the first few months, but eventually players run out of content and resort to raid logging while awaiting future patches.
Yep, you've cleared the raid, you've seen every possible bit of PvE content that there is, but there's still something to do. Doesn't seem like it has that.
A horizontal design, by contrast, would focus on adding evergreen, supplemental content that enriches the existing ecosystem without overshadowing it.
Okay.
This kind of design can prevent raid logging by giving players more content that isn't time-gated. And when it does come to new raids in Classic Plus,
I don't want them to add content onto the top of WoW and then increase the power creep even more. It's gonna spin out of control and it's gonna be stupid.
Instead,
that is what's happening right now, by the way, in SOD. Whether you like SOD or not, that is what's going on. We have items that are actually almost in Wrath tier DPS now. Like, it is pretty crazy how insane it's going right now in SOD. That doesn't mean that it's not fun for people that are playing it. It's just a reality. The power creep is freaking ridiculous at the moment. It is insane. For me personally, it's gone a bit too far. But I do like the content that they're trying to make at the moment. They should add horizontal content instead of vertical. Yeah, I agree. It already happened in level 25. Yeah, Mufford, I remember we had this discussion in BFD, or like in the first phase of SOD. It's like if they... Because I recall we saw like some previs, like some BFD previs, and we're like, dude, this is literally Molten Core gear. Like this item from BFD level 25 is on par with Molten Core. And I'm like, damn, that's gonna be fucked when we get to 60.
Of stacking more power on top of what already exists, rewards should offer different power.
Yep.
Unique set bonuses tailored to different playstyles, distinct item benefits,
this is fun.
Rare cosmetic items.
What if there was a new set of gear that was in the game that wasn't really that much stronger than the next set, but it gave you more build variety and it allowed you to do different things with your class?
So how should Blizzard find new ideas for horizontal content?
This could be cool. I agree with this.
Steal them. They gotta fucking steal. The funny thing is, this
I mean, isn't that, hey, between me and you guys, isn't that what Blizzard does the best though? Yoink other people's idea and then do the Blizzard twist. That's pretty much what they do. You know, shit.
Exactly what Blizzard did to create WoW in the first place. They took concepts and systems from other MMOs and made them more digestible.
One of the things that Blizzard has always done so well over the years is take types of games that had previously appealed only to a narrow audience and make them accessible to a broader audience.
We were playing EverQuest Ultima
That's what
Online,
it is.
and we thought, you know what, we could do that. Why don't we make one of these? This is awesome. I mean, why don't we make a game that we love?
You couldn't. They literally saw a game they fucking loved and was like, nah, we can do it better. And they fucking did. That's kind of cool in a way, actually.
Help it play it and say, well, this could be improved, or we could spin the content this way.
Every single piece of art that has ever existed has been in some way inspired by someone or something else. True. And in my opinion, WoW's fundamental design philosophy has to change if Classic Plus is to thrive. Thankfully, there are games to draw from in the MMO landscape.
Tons.
Those are the games we need to look to.
It's the same thing that happens in everything, dude. Same thing with Repo. Repo is literally a core fundamental, like, yoink from Lethal Company. They took Lethal Company and then they changed a lot of the fundamentals of the game, but made it different. So it's like, okay, this is the same kind of game, but it's different. Same thing with Vampire Survivors. Vampire Survivors came out. Then there was like Soulstone Survivors and a bunch of other Survivor games that also did well, right?
Look to old school RuneScape for their
and freaking League of Legends did a spin on that too. League of Legends, like Riot, took a spin on Vampire Survivors. Fucking A, man. And the most cooked thing of them all is that all of those games that I just mentioned are literally copies from Warcraft 3 custom games. It all goes back to Warcraft 3.
Content and player agency. Or look at Guild Wars 2 for their map completion and exploration content. And finally, look at private servers. Henhouse created a space for the vanilla PvP community with its dueling server. And Turtle WoW made possibly one of the most well-received versions of WoW ever by following this exact framework. They took the game we all love and fleshed out the world in the spirit of vanilla.
Yep.
With a more horizontal design, Blizzard can make evergreen content that will be relevant forever.
Yep.
And whether we trust the devs to make the right content or not can be a decision that's entirely in our hands.
Okay.
It's like a soft encouragement for us to keep talking to the players and kind of steer us in the right path.
I just see how awesome this is. Jagex are actually giving us the ability to decide what we want.
Make sure that we're doing the right thing.
Considering Old School just reached its peak player count of all time,
crazy.
There must be something good going on with the polling system.
Polling incoming changes removes the situation we were in with incursions. You can't poll class balance changes or faction-specific changes for obvious reasons. With polling, not everyone is going to get what they want, but that's always been the case. And with polling, some people, in fact most people, will.
Polling is no good.
Whatever I do.
I agree with the polling system in many ways. Obviously, every single system you have will have some sort of flaw, but I think it's a really good idea to gauge interest in the community that you're trying to deliver a game to. That doesn't mean that you should take it like for 100% face value, but like polling your community and figuring out what they want is a good thing because it really gauges the interest.
As to possible. That's always in the back of my head. So I know I can't half-ass this.
Jagex has their finger on the pulse. They release polls to the players to help decide the future of old school RuneScape.
And it's stopped us from making mistakes. It's stopped us from doing things that wouldn't have been good for the game. It has made content better.
Whether any of these ideas make their way into Classic Plus or not, the ball is well and truly rolling. And if Blizzard wants to solve the Classic Plus dilemma, they need to start taking inspiration from people who have already dedicated years to these ideas.
Yep.
Because it's clear that Classic Plus...
Oh my god, wait, hold on, that set looked really fucking sick, actually. Is that a set that they've made themselves? I assume this is Turtle WoW, right? This is Turtle WoW, and that's Scarlet Enclave gear. Fair enough, some people like it, but dude, I'm just like, bro. Dude, I don't know.
Because it's clear that Classic Plus isn't a pipe dream anymore. It's an absolute certainty.
It's gonna change everything. It's gonna happen for sure. Hey, yo, 100%.
Classic Plus could be like the next big thing for WoW if it's done correctly. This
Speculation
guy's
that we
so
all
smart.
had about
I agree with that guy.
Raid was pretty accurate from the beginning.
You have Classic Plus that's set in Azeroth, and you're exploring the stuff that was already there.
Chat, we're in the Karazhan Crypts!
This was hype.
Original content. There's nowhere else in all the World of Warcraft.
Pretty much every version of Classic that we have at the moment always had scores of people saying that none of it would ever happen.
Yeah.
But people keep asking for things, and things keep happening.
I think the community just needs to reflect on what we're doing as a team and try to think about why we're doing it. Why do we have an experimental seasonal server? You know,
what's up, James?
Without saying anything.
Awesome video, dude.
Horizontal progression through vanilla.
This is our sort of test bed.
This was so good, actually.
Based around the Scarlet Crusade is like a dream scenario for me.
For Classic to thrive, it must be reborn.
This is the fertile ground to grow ideas for the future.
For Classic Plus to live, WoW as we know it must die.
Yep. Maybe it's time. Maybe it is time.
Oh shit!
Alright guys, check out Taku's video, obviously check out his Twitch as well. What an amazing dude. Freaking awesome content. And the fact that this video only has 3,000 views is freaking criminal. What an amazing production quality it's insane. Really good, dude. I agree though, I definitely agree. I think they have the diamond when it comes to like video games with the Classic Plus, but they need to figure out how to polish it, right? And I don't know if they're gonna be able to polish it well, but the resources and the information to do it is out there. I feel like Blizzard kind of doesn't know what the players want, but can they deliver it is the problem, or is the question, I suppose, right? But it's there, and it could be one of the greatest things ever. It could also turn out to be absolutely horrible. I think they are starting to realize with SOD what people would want. Little by little. Alright? I disagree. Let's just nuke it all and place the resources that are actually wasted back into retail. I mean, I feel like that's a bit unfair for the people that actually enjoy the content and that play it, right? I know you hate Classic WoW, Ilunius, but there's a lot of people that like it out there, and you know, they should have the option to play a game that they like, right? And frankly, there is, let's say 95% of the resources are going to retail anyway, right? That's why the classic WoW team is so small, because, you know, it's just a smaller thing. So Season of Discovery Phase 8 goes live beginning April 8th, which is, next month, I guess. Wait, January, February, March, April. Yeah, next month. It's gonna be cool. I might check this out. I don't know. Lately for me, I've been a little bit on a Warcraft 3 bender, and we're gonna delve into like StarCraft and BG3 and who knows what afterwards. But yeah, a lot of people and a lot of streamers have been getting back into SOD lately, which has been kind of interesting. There are millions of players that just play retail and invested over 30 years in retail. If retail dies, WoW dies forever. Classic is what it is because of subscribers, retails, and guilds. To a certain degree, true. I honestly, at this point, I do feel like as long as they release content for retail, I don't think that game can ever die. I don't think it can ever die. It's like because people are so freaking invested emotionally into that game. It's like, man, dude, I can't quit this game after 20 years of playing. It's like they give up a part of their soul quitting it, right? But for the people that enjoy retail, that's good. But I don't think you should retailify. Can you say that? Is that a word? That's a word now. You can't like take all the things from retail and put it into Classic Plus. I think Classic Plus can work in its own hemisphere or if it's in its own ecosystem. It shouldn't be like retail because it's a different kind of game, and that's fine. I'm excited to see what Blizzard does with it though.